Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today we are doing something crazy. We are unhauling 60 books, and it's so many books because I normally have a stack of books on the side of my room because I'm really lazy and I don't feel like doing anything about it for a really long time. So I just stack it up until it gets to a point where I just got to do something about it. So today we're doing something about it, and tomorrow's my birthday. So tomorrow we're going, me and my boyfriend, you want to say something?
Hi.
Tomorrow, me and my boyfriend are going to the used bookstore, and we're going to be trying to sell as many of these books as we can so I can get some store credit and, buy some other books, possibly in some Funko Pops, so I can, get my money's worth for these books so I can celebrate my birthday in the best way I can possibly can, at a bookstore. Most of these books are ones I've already read before and I didn't like them, or they're ones that I've had on my shelf since middle school and I just never got around to reading them, and they're just so ancient on my shelves that I'm just like, I'm not gonna read you. I might as well put you out of your misery and let you be read by someone else that might actually read you. And I am not gonna read it, so I'd rather try to get some money out of it and try to buy another book that I will read, and I have a lot of interest in reading, and I have so many books, and I need to fill the shelves with books that I'm actively really excited about. That's what we're doing today. Super excited, but there's so many that I'm not going to do crazy descriptions. Also, my lip is kind of swollen. I have a fever blister, so leave me alone. We're going to start off with the first book though. Don't kill me. It's Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This was a gift too, so I feel really bad about it, but it needs a new home because I gave it 2 stars and I had a reading vlog for it, so you can watch that if you want to. But it just wasn't good for me, and it was a female romance too, but the romance was so bad. So there was no chemistry at all, and there was an apocalypse too, and it was girls, and it was something that could have been magical, but it wasn't. So I have to let it go. How do I do this so fast? I feel like I'm on a game show and I have to do something crazy or someone's gonna kill me. I have to run through the books.
You don't win the million if you don't do it fast.
I know. I feel like someone's gonna kill me if I don't go through this freaking fast.
If you don't do it fast,
so here is The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. I just never got around to reading this. I got this book because I followed the author, and I read Zenith by this author and I didn't really like it, and I'm just never probably gonna read it, so I'm really sorry. So this is Alive by Scott Sigler. I was interested in this at the time, and I'm that bitch, no one's ever talking about it, and no one seems to like it, and I don't know, I'm just not interested in it anymore, and I feel like it's just fallen in the shadows, and it's fallen in the shadows in my bookshelf, and I just don't really gravitate towards it on my shelf. So I feel like I could probably get something else that I would be really interested in. I know there's something going on here. I saw a word coffin in here, so that's fun. Entwined, I only bought this book because the cover is really pretty, and I've wanted this book for years. This was my middle school dream to own this book, but I never actually really wanted to read it for the plot. So I really just bought this book for the cover. And I finally realized I'm never actually going to read this book, and when I asked BookTube is this book actually good, no one really told me that the book was good. So I'm not going to read it just because the cover's pretty. I'm so sorry, Heather Dixon. My middle school heart is broken. I just had such a big sniff. This one, some people might freaking kill me for because it's The Beautiful by Renee Audier. And I was enjoying this book at first, but something happened to me. I literally just towards the second half of the book, I just really did not like it. And I guess I gave it a 2 star, and I'm just not interested in continuing the series. And I have an arc on my ebook of the sequel, The Damned, and I just don't want to read it. I just felt like it was kind of the typical YA thing I would read in middle school with the love interest, and I don't know, I just wasn't into it. It's YA vampires, and I just wasn't here for the characters, and I ended up not really liking any of them. So that's why I'm not interested in continuing the series, because if you're not really vibing with any of the characters, what's the point? I was interested at first because I was ooh, this could be going somewhere special, but it wasn't, and there really was barely any vampires for a vampire book. So what the frick was that? This I won in a giveaway, and I don't know what it is. Beyond a Darkened Forbidden Shore by Jessica Leek. I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Next book is This Shattered World by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I do not know why I bought this because I hated the first book so freaking much. I didn't hate it so much. I probably like gave it 5 stars on Goodreads because I was that freaking bitch in middle school that gave everything 5 stars. And I am unhauling the first one. It's somewhere in the pile. The first one is called These Broken Stars, and it's the most beautiful cover ever, just like this one. But I found this one at my used bookstore, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll continue the series, even though I really didn't like the first one, because the characters were poo to me. I was like, okay, well, maybe this one will be good. I'm like, no, why would I continue the series when I didn't like it? I'm finally getting rid of this, because, like, ew, it's been so many years at this point. Why would I even continue the series anyways? Because I would have to reread the stupid book that I hated, you know? Why? So bye. I'm finally getting rid of the If I Stay collection. It's If I Stay and Where She Went. These are the classic YA books that everybody got when they were in middle school. I never read them. I literally have the movie. I haven't even watched the movie. I don't want to read it. Like, everybody and their mother read this book, and it's like this heartbreaking read. I don't even know if it's a romance or nothing. I feel like it's a car crash book or something. Something so sad. Like, they're gonna die. Everybody's so sad. Like, they're going to freaking break everybody's hearts while reading this book. But, like, I feel like Gail Forman isn't the best freaking well-known writer. I feel like everybody leaves her books being like, what the frick did I just read? I don't feel like I actually want to read this. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Bye. This one is controversial. It's an entire series. It is the Study in Charlotte series. I enjoyed this series enough to own the whole series. I read the first 3, and I even pre-ordered the 4th one, so I enjoyed it enough. Like, what the heck was going on? But the 3rd one sucked. So this is not the 3rd one. This is the 3rd one. The Case for Jamie was just so freaking stupid to me for some reason. I give it a 2-star, and at this point I was just like, okay, I'm over this freaking series. I'd rather audiobook this series. I feel like if I did it that way, it would be less annoying. The characters are semi-fun, just not fun enough, and I really don't understand the hype for this series. It's supposed to be a gender-bent Sherlock Holmes modern day situation, but like the freaking mysteries suck. Like, they're literally so easy to figure out or just like dumb to me. Like, I can't, and it's like every freaking book. But like The Case for Jamie specifically was just such a bad book in my opinion. And then by the time I got a question for Holmes, I already freaking finished this one and I hated it. I'm like, what the frick? So now I don't even want to read this one, and I might as well just get rid of everything. So oops, I really don't like this series. The first 2 weren't bad, but like they were just okay to me, so I continued anyways because I got them from my used bookstore. The 3rd one was enough to make me riot. I'm like, this is stupid. Thanks for giving me my water.
Been holding that in.
I know, that was like a big growl. Whoa, you sound like a lion. That was like a freaking like...
I'm Catman.
Oh my god, from The Bachelorette. Yeah. Ew.
Drink your water.
There was a dude that dressed up as a cat on The Bachelorette tonight, and he's my favorite guy so far.
Drink your water.
If he doesn't win, I'm ending it all. Next book I'm getting rid of is The Best of Me by Nicholas Sparks. I live in the same world that this guy does. He lives in North Carolina. I live in North Carolina. But it's okay. I don't care. And I'm pretty sure my grandma gave me this book, and I've been holding on it for years, waiting for her to ask me for it back, and I'm finally ready to get rid of it because I don't think she's ever asking for it back. So yeah.
She's gonna ask tomorrow.
I know, but I've waited years for her to ask for it back, and she's not asked for it back. This is the same situation. Johnny Angel, Danielle Steele, same situation. The choice that Nicholas Sparks, she gave me this. She's like, Peyton, read it. I'm like, no. But I'll hold on to it for you. And she's never asked for it back. So I'm ready to sell it. Next book is Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. It is a signed copy. And, you know, I read one Sarah Dessen book back in middle school. I loved that one book I read. And then I bought 20 million of her books, and you're gonna find out because I am unhauling some of them. I was like, okay, I'm gonna read all of them, and then like I didn't. I only read that one book by her, and I met her and everything, but like I have no interest in reading her other books. But dude, there's a guy named Peyton in this book. That's why I've been holding on to this book, and it's her brother in this book. And like I'm pretty sure he's like some freaking stupid drunk driving person that oh yeah, he went to jail. So Peyton in this book is a chaotic mess. I'm not the same Peyton in this book though. I'm better than that. So next thing I'm getting rid of is Into the Wild by John Krakauer and Into Thin Air by John Krakauer. And I read this in high school for summer reading, and my sister was supposed to read this in high school for summer reading, but she didn't. So she gave it to me. It's time to get rid of it, dude. Oblivion by Sasha Dawn. Bought this randomly at Barnes & Noble one day and was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get a random book at Barnes & Noble and read it and be different, and you know, like a book that no one's heard of. Still haven't read it. I think the tagline is what really got me, because it says, I killed him, his blood is on my hands, his heart is in my soul, I killed him. But like, what is this book? And you know, it doesn't have to be popular, but I'm that bitch, like I can't, like, what is this? I don't know, but I feel like I would love it though. Maybe I should read it. I don't know. I've been like on the fence about this book forever because like this sounds good. But like, is it good?
It's already in the stack.
I know. I've been like trying to get rid of this book forever, and then I keep reading the back. I'm like, blood? She murdered somebody? Sounds kind of good. Like, but I've never heard anybody talk about it. But it doesn't mean that's bad. Doesn't mean it's bad. I don't know. Let me know if you heard about it. Next book is some random sci-fi book called Pegasus in Space by Anne McCaffery. Someone gave me this book one day, and I don't know what's going on with it, so I think we're gonna pass it on, because I don't really read sci-fi, and I don't feel like this would be the sci-fi I would go for. I feel like some freaking dude would want to read this. It has a nice purplish cover, and I've actually tried to sell this to my used bookstore before, and they would not buy it. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try again, because sometimes that works. We have another Gail Forman book, Just One Day. My friend Brittany read this finally and said it sucks. So I finally realized I'm not going to read it either. And it's another middle school book that everybody bought and was like, yeah, let's cry together. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to read that. Finally getting rid of it. Thank goodness, because it's been collecting dust. Literally all the dust is getting everywhere. And I can't believe it's finally the moment that I'm getting rid of this book. Like, I've been waiting to read it forever, and it's just never happened, man. It never freaking happened. Next book I'm getting rid of is Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. I'm only getting rid of this book because I have 2 copies of this. This just happened to be a situation where I already owned a copy of it and someone gifted me the copy of it. And, you know, I don't want to be rude, so that's just what happened. Danielle Steele. This is definitely my mom's book. My mom buys a lot of books and never reads them, so friends forever. We love that. Gonna finally sell it. Love that. Next book I'm getting rid of is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. Super problematic author. Never read this book. It so happens to be in my channel's intro. Forever regrets. I hate myself. Never make a channel intro with a book you haven't read in it. It is something you will regret for the rest of your life. I am going to be updating my channel intro soon. It will be the same vibe as the one that I have, because I've done an update before. Just like update the books. Same book flopping, you know. Same situation going on. Another Gail Forman book. We're just really hating on Gail Forman in this video. I am so sorry, Gail. It's Just One Year. It's like the companion novel. If I'm getting rid of Just One Day, why do I need Just 1 year? Sounds stupid. I'm pretty sure Brittany said like it's literally just a redo of the other book and another character's perspective, and I literally hate books like that, so bye. Getting rid of that. Next is another book that I got because I was like trying to be different. I'm like, oh my gosh, let's get a book that I've never heard of and like try to love it, and then I never read it. So When Elephants Fly by Nancy Richardson Fisher, it was on sale, and you know, I haven't read it and I feel bad about it. And I'm like, now, will I ever read it? So I'm just like, will I ever read it? I don't know. So I just put it in my pile. I'm really terrible about doing that when things are on sale, because I love sales. that's why, like, Book Outlet was a terrible thing for me. So glad I don't shop on there anymore. Like, that shit was terrible because I would just buy stupid shit. And that's why a lot of Book Outlet books are things I'm getting rid of. Okay, next. He just tried to put a book in here that I was not getting rid of, thinking I wouldn't notice.
I knew you would.
This is Little Women, and it's like this beautiful copy that I love. Like, no. No. Beach. No. Next book I'm getting rid of is Dune by Carrie Corp and Lori Langdon. I only got this book forever ago because, like, Sasha from a Book Utopia said it was really good. And I was like, I need it. And now I've never read it. And that was like 6 years ago. So I don't need to read it anymore. The next book is another book that my friend Brittany from Brittany and Books read and hated. And I just know that I would hate it too. So that's great. Every Day by David Levithan. I don't know. She just really made me feel like I would hate it too. We don't always have the same opinions. But like she really sold me on like how I would not like this. And yeah, I just really have no interest in reading this anymore. I only bought it because there was going to be a movie. And before then, I didn't really have a lot of interest in this book. But then there was going to be a movie. I was like, I got to get the book. And then I bought it from the same used bookstore that I'm going to. And then Brittany read it and she's like, this book is stupid. I was like, dang it. Here is this stupid, pretty book that is stupid. And why do I have all these tabs in it though? You can't even see it. There's a decent amount of tabs in here. But like, I really didn't like it. I thought it was pretty boring. And the characters were pretty bland. And the cover's so pretty, unfortunately. And I was not interested in the rest of the series, though Watch My Goodreads give it like a 4 or 5 star. I don't know. From what I remember, I didn't think it was that great. So I'm finally getting rid of it because it's like so mad at me and I don't want to reread it or anything. So I've been doing this for 20 minutes. And there's still so many books. So the next book I'm getting rid of is This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills. And I did read this and enjoy it. Like there's some tabs in here, but I just like didn't love it or anything. It wasn't like a new favorite. So I just feel like I could sell it and get something else that I really love. And I don't know, like I could keep it, but like I just don't feel like I would ever reread it. So like why keep something on your shelf that you would never reread? It just collects dust and takes up space. And I'm keeping this book. Why the heck? I haven't even read this book yet. Brett literally has something against this book, Sweet Filthy Boy.
It's a funny title.
It is a funny title. People say it's good, so I'm excited to read it. Another Sarah Dessen book I'm getting rid of is Keeping the Moon by Sarah Dessen, obviously. I've had this probably since middle school and I still haven't read it, so like I just need to get rid of it. It's been taking up space forever and I really have no interest in reading this probably really cringy romance, even though the author's from North Carolina. It's pretty cool, but no, I don't really care. Next book is another one that Sasha from Book Utopia said was so good. And I was like, I gotta get it. And it was on Book Outlet one day and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cheap. I must get it because it's on discount. And now I'm just like, what is this? So I'm getting rid of it today. Yay! Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. I've liked a book by this author before. It was called Daughter of the Burning City. So then I read this one. I just really wasn't really that into this one, which was really sad. And I read this one during finals week during school. It was in high school, so when you finish your exam, they say you can get out a book and read. And like I literally like that should be a fun moment when you can finally read. And I was so bored while reading this book. Like I just felt really bored while reading this book. That's how I describe it. It just wasn't exciting for me the way it should be. I just didn't feel much of a connection to this one, unfortunately. So I never see myself continuing the series. So why keep it? Because I'm not going to reread it and I'm not going to continue the series. Why do I need the book? Another Sarah Dessen book, What Happened to Goodbye by Sarah Dessen. It's a signed copy though, but it's not personalized to me, so I don't need to keep it. I need to let it go. And here's some more Sarah Dessen books. Dreamland and the Rest of the Story. I just don't really have much interest in Sarah Dessen anymore, and I don't think these are signed or personalized to me, so I just don't really need them in my collection. Next book is a sci-fi Les Mis retelling, and I got this in a book box, so I never like picked this book out for myself, and I'm not really into Les Mis. I've never listened to the musical, I never watched the movie or read the book or anything, so I just feel like a giant book like this is just not really something I want to get into, and it's probably really good, and I have a signed like book plate, so I feel really bad about it, but like I just don't feel like, this is something I really want to dive into. It's just huge, and big books are kind of scary for me, and it's a topic that I'm not really interested in. I feel like other people would be more interested in it than me. Next thing is a series. Some people are gonna get really mad at me because it's a beloved series, but I read the first one, and unfortunately I had bulk bought like 3 of the books thinking I would just fall in love with it, and I just didn't, so oops. So it's the Falling Kingdom series. So Falling Kingdoms, Rebel Spring, and Gathering Darkness. I really thought, since I'm so in love with YA fantasy, that I was just going to be really into this series because so many people rave about this series, and it's been so long since I've read the first book that I would have to reread the first one to be able to even continue the series, and I just didn't like the first book enough to really want to put myself through that. So I think it's time to finally let these books go. One, there was insta-love in this book, there was incest vibes, and I don't know, just everything about this book was a little uncomfortable, and I just didn't feel like there was anything really special going on here. And yeah, I really don't like insta-love, that's for sure. So there was nothing I really liked particularly about this. Next book I'm getting rid of is another one that like I got off a book outlet for really cheap, and I never was really interested in it before. Don't do that. Don't buy a book just because it's cheap. Like, be interested in it before, because this is what happens. You get rid of it. So Bad Girls with Perfect Faces by Lynn Weingarten, and maybe I'd be interested in it now though. Honestly, maybe I should keep this book.
It's in the pile.
I know, but it's a YA thriller. I'm into YA thrillers now.
And you probably have about 30, 40 of those on your shelves already unread.
Dude, I might keep this book.
It's in the pile.
I wasn't into YA thrillers when I put this book in the pile.
Fine.
I'm keeping this book, guys. I did it. I did something. Only because they wrote this other book that I'm kind of like intrigued by. I don't know. I feel like
if you don't read it by your next birthday, you're getting rid of it.
I'm going to see if my library has the audiobook and if, like, I hate it or not. If I don't like it, I'll just get rid of the book completely. We'll see, okay? So, another Sarah Dessen book, This Lullaby. What is more to be said? Like, I'm just not really interested in this author anymore. And, you know, I met her and everything. It's cool she's in North Carolina. I'm just not into her books, man. I'm just not. Another Nicholas Sparks that my mom has. The Lucky One. She has a bunch of books, but she doesn't really read, so, like, it's okay. Second round, though.
If you can make money off of it, why not?
I know. And then this is, like, a random self-published book. I read the first one, and last time I sold some books, they bought the first one, but they didn't buy the second one. So I'm going to try to sell the second one again. Like, what the frick happened? And then here's a thing I got out of a book box once. It's Out of the Blue by Sophie Cameron. It's signed, but I don't know. Sometimes just getting things out of book boxes, like, I don't choose it myself, so it's hard for me to get full interest. That's why I don't really do book boxes, because they're just not really my thing, really. And then this is a book my sister bought because she likes scary things, but I haven't heard the best things about this book, Asylum by Madeline Rue. But it might be scary. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody say it was that great or anything. She bought this like years ago and she never actually read it, so I'm just gonna sell it. I'm assuming she's never gonna come back and ask me about it, so. And here's a book that I read, Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. I think I did put a bunch of tabs in it, so it looks weird that I gave it 2 stars, but in the end, like, the romance just did not give me what I wanted, so it ended up being a disappointing read. And it was one of those books, like, the first half it was okay, and then the second half I had to skim read it because it was just kind of boring.
I like how you said the romance didn't do it for you, but it's only pink tabs.
Because I was, like, honestly forcing the pink tabs. I was like, okay, that's kind of cute, so I'll put a pink tab.
You wanted to like it.
Like, I wanted to like the book because it is a fantasy female-female romance. The next book is another one that I've read before. It was Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. I actually did a whole live show back when me and Brittany had a book club. It was called Brittany Reads, and this was our book club pick. We did like 3 live shows, so it only lasted 3 months. I read this so long ago, and I never continued with the series. And like, I enjoyed the book, like, it was fun, but it's just like, it's been so long, I'd have to reread the book to ever continue with the series. So it's just like, it would be annoying, and like, it's not like I fell absolutely in love with it to even really continue. It was just like an okay fantasy. It was a fun time while I read it, but nothing crazy special. And next book is Compulsion by Martina Boone. Someone gifted this to me before and I just never got around to reading it, and I honestly have no idea what it's about. It looks like some sort of romance. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of it. And next book I'm getting rid of is Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. There's just been a lot of things I've been hearing about this author lately, which is really sad because I really did want to read this book, and it sucks because this book is really beautiful. Like, this copy is just gorgeous and I wanted to read it, but now I don't really want to support it, so I might as well just get rid of it before I get invested in the book. And the next book I'm getting rid of is The Siren by Kierkegaard. I do love the Selection series by Kierkegaard, as we do know, but I do not like this book. You know, why keep books, even by your favorite authors, that you particularly hate? You know, there was a book by Rochelle Mead, the author of the the author of Vampire Academy. She wrote this book called Soundless that I just did not like, and I was keeping it forever, but I was like, ugh, I'm never gonna reread this book. I was bored the whole book. And I finally got rid of it. And I'm like, ew, why is there a crumb on this book? That's nasty. But I'm like, this is the same thing for me. Is this book, like, was just so not it for me. I literally have one tab. The rest of these tabs were, like, goals on how many pages I'm going to read for the day. This is the one tab that I liked. One thing that I liked in this book. That is pretty freaking sad. This book was not it for me. I'm like, why keep it if this book gave me no joy and I will never reread it? So bye. Next book is another one that I got out of a book box, and it's so gorgeous, but the moment I looked up the reviews on the book, like, literally everything was like 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. The writing is terrible, blah blah blah. Like, this is the worst book I've ever read ever. And I'm like, holy shit, how did this get in a freaking book box if the book is this bad? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I'm like, I'm not about to put myself through a book that's that badly written, apparently. I'm sorry. It's called The Blackstone Ritual. I hope y'all read it. I hope it's actually good, but, like, I don't know. Every review I read was, like, really bad, so I just don't want to put myself through that. Next book I'm getting rid of is Invictus by Ryan Groden. I actually only bought this at a time because I thought I was about to meet the author at YALLFest, and then I didn't. And now I just have the book. And I believe this book is about, like, time travel. I don't know, like, maybe I should give this book a chance, but, like, I've been saying that for years and I've just never picked it up. And I'm like, maybe I should just go ahead and sell it and, like, do something else, because I don't know, like, I've just never picked it up and it's been years. Next book is Wild Bird by Wendelin Van Draenen, and this is another situation. Book Outlet had it on discount. I'm so glad I don't do that anymore, because it's just like, I'm not gonna read this book, and I finally realized that now. Like, I have never heard of this book until I saw it for cheap, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read that. That sounds so good. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna read that. Who knows what this freaking is about? I was trying to have a moment being like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be, like, so cute. I'm gonna annotate. It's gonna be so nice when I really love this book. And I'm like, this book's probably not even that good, so who knows? The next book I'm getting rid of is a Rochelle Mead book. So another example of getting rid of a favorite author's book. The Glittering Court. I haven't even read this book, but, like, Brittany, I don't know. Apparently Brittany has a lot of influence on me. I just don't feel like I would be interested in this series, and she's read at least this book, I think. I don't know if she's continued the series, and she just told me, like, it's just not really worth continuing. So I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm really into this. I feel like I'm just here for her Vampire Academy books, and that's all I'm gonna be doing. I'm so sorry, Rochelle, but that's what I'm doing. Next book I'm doing, oh my gosh, we're down to the last freaking 2, is Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is one of Jennifer L. Armentrout's, like, more of her backlist books, and I've heard really good things about this, but, like, I don't know, like, this copy is just, like, so oddly sized. It kind of pisses me off. I feel like it'd probably be good. Like, there's some half-bloods and, like, demigods, or who even knows? You know, I've had it for so long, though, and I'm like, am I gonna freaking read this? I never even finished Jennifer L. Armentrout's other freaking series with aliens, and I was enjoying that, too, and I never even freaking finished it. So if I never even freaking finished that, am I even gonna read this? Probably not. Probably should just get rid of it. Okay, I have too many books already. The final freaking book pisses me off because my mom is the one who bought this book forever ago, and she put it in the trunk of her car and ripped the crap out of it. Why did she do this? Why did she do this? I didn't even want to read this freaking book. I obviously don't want to read this book freaking out. The Cuckoo's Calling. What kind of stupid ass title is that? Is all I want to say. I'm getting rid of this book. And I've been wanting to get rid of this book for a while anyways. And now I definitely want to get rid of this book. Miss J.K. Rowling can kiss my little booty. I'm about to fart. Yeah, she can kiss my little fart that I just had. Bye-bye to this little book. I'm going to rip her book some more, but I'm not because I'm trying to sell it. I'm trying to get some money. And bye, Mrs. Rowling. That's the last book, though.
Actually, there's more.
There's more.
We are going to be getting rid of this entire shelf. Everything here has got to go. So if you want to make bids on it, go for it. But you're not allowed to keep any of this. Not even the pops.
Most of that shit I literally got from this used bookstore. I love this used bookstore. That's why I'm going there on my birthday. Like, I'm literally obsessed with them. It's about to be a whole birthday party. I'm super excited. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This video was crazy. Let me know if I talked about your favorite book ever. I'm so freaking sorry if I did that. But don't kill me. I'm not trying to hate on you. I love you. I love you and your favorite book. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. If there's a book that you are like, please, Peyton, do not get rid of that, let me know. Name your case down below. But honestly, by tomorrow, it's gonna be gone. So it's too late.
Name your case, but it'll be too late.
It'll be too late, but name your case down below. Maybe I'll find the audiobook if I do regret something. Make sure to freaking subscribe.
Freaking subscribe.
Freaking subscribe.
Do you believe that she's an English major?
I've been talking for too long, and I'm on drugs right now for my migraines, so I can't really talk. I'm drugged up. It's like late. It's 11:23. So, like this video. Oh, wait. I deserve love. You need to give me some loving. You need to give me some good likes. You need to subscribe. I think I am slurring my words. These drugs hitting different today. Someone commented on my video saying, like, on our Six of Crows vlog, they're saying, like, we really, like, seem high in every video clip. Like, something's wrong.
We share a brain cell.
Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like it, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like it, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe.
Follow all my social medias, which will be linked down below.
They'll be linked. Ah! The books
and
are
goodbye.
full! No, wait, what? Click the bell button.
Oh, click the bell button. It'll be like right here.
Click the bell button. The books are falling though. The bell button's right here.
Yeah.
And goodbye.